George Allen O'Dowd, a.k.a. Boy George, burst onto the scene in 1982 as gender-bending lead singer of Culture Club. Achieving global fame and selling a staggering 30 million records, the band became poster boys of 80s Britain. Following the band's split in '86 and his highly publicised heroin addiction, George has spent the last 20 years living his life through the headlines.
I mean, anyone else would have just given up and called under a rock, you know. I mean, what else can you say about me? I've been accused of everything.
For the first time, Living has been given exclusive behind-the-scenes access to a new, clean and sober George.
I don't drink anymore, I don't take drugs anymore, nothing.
For 3 months, our cameras followed his every move.
Just hate the whole kind of observation thing, fly and roll. I wrote on my contracts I'm not a fly.
From a US tour that hangs in the balance...
I'd like to say, oh, stuffy country up your arse, but unfortunately that probably won't help.
...to his 47th birthday party.
Big up, big up, big up, big up!
And even a trip to Ireland for a heart-to-heart with his mum.
You're back to before you came famous.
We reveal the truth behind the rumours.
You said I was on drugs?
Rants.
Oh, no, I'm not doing like a diva like everyone told me I was great. I'm not just saying the sandwich shit.
And revelations.
When people say, oh, when did you know you were gay? So, I don't know. First time I sucked a cock.
Welcome to the fabulous and bizarre world of Boy George.
Get out!
On the 8th of October 2005, George's world was delivered a devastating blow. He was arrested by the authorities in New York City after reportedly possessing 13 bags of cocaine in his Manhattan apartment. Fortunately for George, due to inexplicable discrepancies in the filed police report, he was found guilty of the lesser crime of wasting police time, for which he was given the much-publicized community service order to sweep the streets of New York.
We'll allow you to film, but you got to stand back. You cannot get close to the operation, okay?
Obviously, when I got arrested, it was a bit of a low point, you know, and I just I wanted to get out of New York as quickly as possible because of my, you know, experiences with the police and the courts and all the negative publicity. I just wanted to come home, you know, I wanted to come home where, you know, I felt a bit safer, and that's what I did, you know.
2 years on, and leaving a much cleaner New York, George is back on British shores in his £6 million Hampstead home in northwest London, a pad he bought in the 80s following the success of Culture Club. We join George in the final stages of unpacking his treasured items.
Coming back here was a really weird experience, but also quite overwhelming. In a way, it was sort of like being forced to kind of remember who I am and all the things that I've done, you know, and that applies to gold discs, you know, pictures, old music, you know, everything. It was just like, it was kind of like you are Boy George, there's no escape, get over it, you know. This is one of the few of my discs I've actually kept. It says, commemorate sales of 800,000 units. These are important, I think. And they're more important to me now, I think, than they ever were. They mean more to me now, you know, than they did. You know, it was quite extreme going from kind of living in squats, for example, to being like superstars. And for us, it felt like forever, you know, before we got a deal, and it felt like we took ages to get successful. But really, in the grand scheme of things, it was quite quick. We went from being like, you know, just a sort of trendy club band to being like superstars. And I think when it happens that quickly, you don't necessarily kind of like appreciate it as much. I have very different expectations from fame now. I think when I was 17, I thought being famous would be, you know, oh, it would cure all my ills. I would become a much better person. I thought, oh, you know, if I'm famous, then everyone's going to love me, you know. Nowadays, I have a more realistic, you know, expectation from what fame can give me. You know, I don't have that need to be in the paper every day. You know, I only want to be in the paper if the picture's good. I'm not interested in the picture of me with a sort of sandwich in my mouth at Heathrow Airport, you know, looking like a pig.
After a decade away from touring, George has decided to go out on the road again, and is aware that his image in the press is more important than ever. Today, good friend and makeup artist Christine Bateman is preparing George for his photo shoot for Q magazine.
Strawberry girl, Christine. I think with the press, you've got to remember, first of all, that it's kind of generally not personal. You can just tell if someone's being bitchy or not, you know what I mean? You can just tell instantly. I mean, that's the one thing I have learned. You know, I've learned to kind of be able to judge people. And if I think someone's basically just a bit nervous, then, you know, I won't be horrible to them. But if I think somebody's just trying to be snidey and vile, then they'll get everything they give me, you know, and worse, you know. Hurry up, love.
Despite being one of the most photographed men in Britain, the glitz and glamour of the flashbulbs isn't always George's cup of tea.
I don't like being photographed, no. I mean, I like photographing myself. I would say that in my career, the moments when there's been the biggest, you know, kind of problems have been at sort of things like photo shoots and video shoots. Where is it? Where's Unit D? Because you kind of have to put up with other people's vision. Okay, where is it? What's it called? Anyone got a fucking name? Are you the photographer? Nice to meet you. Took a while to find it. Hi, Greg. Nice to meet you. Well, yeah, because we couldn't find the D. Because I'm with a bunch of more.
That's the D, but we're actually shooting upstairs.
Okay, where's that? Where's that? Okay. So you know what you're doing, yeah?
I know what I'm doing. I'm going to show you these because I'm quite interested to see. It's not every day I get to photograph people that I think will have a real point of view about how they look. So
they're beautiful, but they're very natural.
yeah, they're
Brutal.
Yeah, but
They're beautiful pictures.
I think if you're brutal on your makeup, it will look beautiful.
Yeah, if the lighting's right. Is that Tracy?
Yeah.
She was actually in the original Culture Club. She was going to play Triangle. She went on to become very successful, and I was like, "You're Tracy Emin."
If you could put it on the left.
When you're photographed, if someone takes care of what they do, it's always better. The worst thing in the world is like, you know, paparazzis that don't even look in their camera. That really bugs me the most of anything. It's like, ah!
Okay. You're living here now or in America?
No, I live just up the road.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
I thought you lived in the States.
I did, but I got arrested, so I came back. It's not.
I don't think it's terribly hard to get arrested though.
Oh no, it's hard. Actually, it's one of those things. It was one of my biggest terrors, you know, to ever get in trouble in America. And I tell you what, it's not something you want to do.
Oh,
they
yeah.
are fucking vile.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely scary. It's frightening.
You've worked on this mouth a while.
I've been doing the same face since I was 7 years old. I saw this picture of me when I was 7, and I thought it was something I'd done when I was 20, right. And I didn't. I've always been like that my whole life. No one that's been photographed. Ever. You're sort of at your most vulnerable when you're being photographed, I think, but it's okay. I mean, it's no big deal. It's just a picture. The worst things. Root canal's worse.
Coming up, George confronts a friend who's been spreading rumours,
You said I was on drugs.
performs to a crowd of thousands, and has some issues with the US Embassy that threaten his upcoming tour.
I'd like to say, oh, stuff your country up your arse, but unfortunately that probably won't help.
We've been following Boy George for 3 months, and with his upcoming tour only days away, George is headed over to musical partner John Themis's house to lay down some vocals.
Down by the riverside, gonna study.
We're going to do this on the tour, and I've always wanted to do this song. I love this song. It's such a simple song, but it's just got a great message, you know, and it's really spiritual. I want perfection, character, and church.
Let me peel that outer skin off.
Alright, so let's give it a go.
Down by the riverside, down by the riverside.
Do you think it's a
Gorgeous.
bit happy?
No, it's joy. The song's about joy.
Down by, down by the riverside.
I think the music is the essential thing. It's the glue of what I do, you know, and I think that's what I need to concentrate on, really. Because, you know, whenever I get asked to do an interview on TV, it's always an interview. It's never to sing. And, you know, I think people have forgotten that that's what I do. So I just think it's really important to remind people and to make tea. Oh, George with a cup of tea. I'm coming in.
Oh my God.
Thank you, George.
That's. Do you want a honey in it? Did you want anything like that? Sugar?
No.
With the singers enjoying a much-needed brew.